How to never get angry or bothered by anyone. Carl Jung. Someone cuts you off. Someone insults you. Someone ignores you. And suddenly, you're burning. Anger rises fast and sharp. You clench, you react, you spiral. But what if you didn't have to? What if you could be untouchable? Not cold, not distant, but rooted, unshakable. Carl Jung believed this was possible. And it starts not with control, but with understanding. Jung didn't say, don't feel anger. He said, observe it, because every emotion is a messenger. Anger, especially, it's the loudest one. But we mistake it for power when really, it's pain in armor. The trigger outside you isn't the cause, it's the mirror. And the reaction? That's your shadow flinching, the part of you still ruled by wounds you haven't faced. See, Jung taught us that the shadow, the hidden self, holds what we deny, repress, or ignore. And when someone bothers you, it's not always about them. It's often about the parts of you that you haven't made peace with. The arrogance you suppress, the weakness you pretend isn't there, the need to be right, seen, respected. They poke it, and you erupt. But if you owned it, you wouldn't need to defend it. Imagine this. Someone tries to provoke you. They insult, dismiss, challenge. But instead of reacting, you feel nothing. Not apathy, but clarity. Because once you've integrated your shadow, no insult surprises you. No rejection wounds you. You've seen those parts in yourself. You've made peace with them. And when nothing inside you is hiding, nothing outside you can pull the trigger. Peace isn't passive. It's not weakness. It's strength with direction. When you no longer seek to win every argument, when your worth isn't tied to validation, you become still, like deep water. Things fall into you, but they don't ripple you. You hear the noise, but it doesn't enter. Because you're not reacting to the world. You're responding to your inner truth. And that truth doesn't flinch. But here's the catch. This kind of stillness isn't gifted. It's built through discomfort. Through sitting with your anger instead of unleashing it. Through asking, what part of me feels disrespected? Not to shame yourself, but to free yourself. Because when you meet the fire within, the flames outside lose their power. You stop being a slave to every opinion, every slight. You become sovereign. True emotional power isn't about suppression. It's about space. The space between trigger and response. That's where your freedom lives. Most people react in milliseconds. But you breathe. You notice. You choose. And in that pause, you reclaim your energy. No more giving it away to random strangers, to fleeting insults, to wounds that no longer own you. Carl Jung believed that when you truly know yourself, others lose the power to define you. Because their words are just echoes. They only sting if they land on something fragile. But you've done the inner work. You've stared down your darkness. Now, you move from wholeness. And from that place, even chaos sounds like silence. Even conflict feels like weather. Passing, not personal. People may still try to get a reaction. They'll test your silence, mistake your calm for weakness. But what they won't see is the mountain inside you. You've become rooted, not because life got easier, but because you stopped needing to fight every battle. You now know, most of it isn't worth your energy. Your peace is too valuable to trade for momentary validation. You've outgrown the war. Now you carry something rare, presence. You walk into a room and your silence speaks. Not loud, but undeniable. Because you're not trying to impress, convince, or dominate. You're just there, fully. And that unsettles people. Not because you're aggressive, but because you reflect back their own noise. You've become the calm they forgot was possible. You realize now, you don't need to win arguments. You don't need to defend your worth. You don't even need to be understood. Your energy is sacred, and protecting it doesn't mean walls. It means wisdom. You walk away, not in defeat, but in power. Because the real strength isn't in overpowering others. It's in mastering yourself. And that mastery, it's quiet, but unshakable. So the next time anger rises, pause. Not to suppress it, but to greet it. Ask it why it came, what it's trying to protect. Then thank it and release it. You're not here to be reactive. You're here to be real. And the more you return to yourself, the less the world can pull you apart. This is how peace is built. Not in silence, but in self-ownership. That's Jung's real power.